what's up everybody, this is Kyle Riker and I'm coming to you with another video review. And today I'm reviewing the Jakks Pacific WWE Deluxe Aggression Series 7, the Rabid Wolverine, Chris Benoit. Yes, I know this is going to be a very controversial video because of, the guy, obviously, but in this video I'm going to talk about Chris Benoit, the wrestler, not Chris Benoit, the man himself. So, just to clear that up. Anyways, I wasn't going to do this review, but I posted a picture of this on my Facebook fan page, and I got quite a few messages saying, please review it. I would love to see a review on that figure, so do it. So as the saying goes, ask and you shall receive. So this video is for you guys. Anyways, here we go. I was able to snatch up this figure on eBay for a very good price. Usually when I go looking for this figure, it's about $175 in this condition in the package. But I was able to win an auction and get it for a combined total of $20. So that's a great steal. Anyways, let's take a look at the packaging first. Now, I've always loved the packaging for the Deluxe Aggression figures. The box for these Deluxe Aggression figures is incredible. I always loved the design of it. Deluxe Aggression up there, of course, with the scratch logo, because this is an older figure. Jakks Pacific. Action accessory, which he includes a ladder, which says Chris Benoit's Crashing Ladder Match, Series 7. Picture of Chris Benoit right there, where his name, Deluxe Articulation. And some poses, which that's a pretty appropriate pose right there, with his arms stretched out like that. That's obviously for the diving headbutt, which is one of his finishing maneuvers. Nothing on the side, nothing on the side there. And then the back has the other figures available, the other figures you can get. Up at the top here, we got Deluxe Aggression Series 7. We got Rey Mysterio, Jeff Hardy, Sabu, Chris Benoit, Mr. Kennedy, and Carlito. But of course it says Ken Kennedy, so that's kind of interesting. But we all know it's Mr. Kennedy. At some point, I do want to get Jeff Hardy, because obviously I'm a big Jeff Hardy fan. And this figure was actually very popular when it came out. The Deluxe Aggression Series 7, very popular figure. And it still is to this day, so that one's going to be a tough one to get. Like, if you want to get these figures on eBay, Jeff Hardy is the most expensive one, so be careful. Highest I've seen it go for is like $200 in the package. I do want to get Carlito at some point, because I'm a big Carlito fan. Sabu, I already have him, because I got him at a convention 3 years ago for about $4. But he was loose, so that's fine. Ken Kennedy, maybe. Rey Mysterio, we'll see. And then below, we got Ruthless Aggression Series 24. So we got Booker T, Big Show, Sabu, Kenny Dykstra from the Spirit Squad, The Great Khali, and Kane. I might get Sabu because I like how that figure turned out. And probably Kane. Everybody else, pass. And then, of course, all the championship belts, which these are the child-sized championship belts. Kind of like the ones that they sell today in the toy section over at Walmart or Target. But that's basically what these are. These are basically the child-sized belts. So we got the spinning WWE title, Intercontinental, World Tag Team, Women's, World Heavyweight, Spinning US, Tag Team, Cruiserweight, Undisputed, Classic WWE Championship, which is obviously the Attitude Era, and then the Light Heavyweight. And that's pretty much about it for the packaging. So let's open up the Rabid Wolverine, Chris Benoit, and see what we got. We'll be right back. Alright, so here we have Chris Benoit. Open up now the packaging. Now this figure is phenomenal. In my personal opinion, this is the best Chris Benoit action figure ever made. Just fantastic. Now there is another version of this figure that was released in a earlier Deluxe Aggression series. I believe it was Series 3. It was basically the same figure with a different accessory, and he had yellow pants instead of red. So there's a little trivia thing for you. Anyways, his accessory is this Breakaway Ladder. Now this is a big ladder. It's pretty big. Now the idea is basically you're supposed to slam your opponent onto this, and then these two pieces are supposed to bend like this. So you have to attach this piece on both sides. So it has two pieces pretty much you have to attach. And then when you slam your opponent onto it, it's supposed to do that. It's not supposed to like come off or anything, which I think is stupid. Because the way they illustrate it on the package, it looks like it's supposed to break in half like that. But it doesn't. It doesn't. You have to like slam your figure really hard to get these things off. Now, since this is Jakks Pacific and everything is like much bigger than the Mattel figures, you would think that this ladder is bigger than the Mattel one. kind of. Not really. Here's a Mattel ladder that I got from one of my Elite figures. So if you look here, it's not a whole lot, but at the very top, the Jakks Pacific ladder is just a smidge taller than the Mattel ladder. So it's not gigantic by any means. So it's not like gigantic by any means. It is. Out of the way. Now here's Chris Benoit himself. Likeness is really good. I think this is a very good likeness to Chris Benoit. Probably the best likeness we've ever seen. It even has his missing tooth. What do you guys think? But I do have to say, one thing I like better about Jakks Pacific figures than Mattel is definitely the expressions. Jakks knew how to create really good, dynamic, badass poses with their figures. Mattel, their expressions are kind of silly. I mean, if they try to do like an angry face like this, it looks silly. With this one, it looks awesome. Obviously, because since this is Jakks, it's a little cartoony and over the top. However, I think it fits Chris Benoit, because Chris Benoit was a smaller guy, but he was ripped. He was a pretty big guy. So he was much smaller, but he did have a nice physique like this. Pants are pretty cool. It says "for real" on the side there. Pretty much has the Wolverine scratches all over the pants. And then the black boots. And he has elbow pads, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think he wore elbow pads that much. So that's kind of interesting. Anyways, black wrist tape. That's pretty cool. Now, he wore this outfit numerous times leading up to the infamous triple threat match at WrestleMania 20 between Triple H, Shawn Michaels, and Chris Benoit, which, spoiler alert, when Chris Benoit won the World Heavyweight title. So he wore this outfit numerous times leading up to that match. So that's pretty cool. Articulation is pretty much what you expect on a deluxe figure. It's very similar to a Mattel Elite figure, but it's slightly different. And you'll see what I mean when we, as we go through it, especially the feet. Anyways, head can rotate 360. Can look down. Can't really look up. Arms will rotate 360. Can go in and out. Rotate the bicep, bend the elbow, rotate the wrist, and hinge at the wrist. Of course, he has the ab crunch, which moves about that far forward and that far back. Of course, he has waist articulation, which mine's very stiff because it's a new figure because I just opened it. His legs can go forward about that far and back to the original position. Go in and out, rotate at the thigh, double jointed knee, which I love. Now here's where it gets different compared to Mattel. You don't get a swivel at the boot, but you do get a swivel at the ankle. So you can rotate the foot right there, and then a hinge. So a pretty good articulated figure, but overall this figure is fantastic. And it's a shame of what happened to him in his personal life, but I think this is a fantastic figure based on one of the greatest professional wrestlers in the history of the wrestling business. I mean, just a great figure. So if you can find this figure for a good price, whether it's on eBay or a flea market or a yard sale, and if you're a Chris Benoit fan, definitely pick this figure up because it's definitely worth it. I got lucky when I found mine on eBay. As I mentioned earlier, normally this figure in the box, it's $170. Well, at least in my experience. And some people are idiotic enough to actually pay that much. But luckily I was able to get mine for about $20. And the guy selling it pretty much knew nothing about wrestling. He just found the figure and sold it. I was like, what the heck? Anyways, overall, a fantastic figure. I'm going to give it a... I'll give it a 9 out of 10. My only complaint is mildly loose joints. Like right up here in the hip area, it's a little loose. And the biceps are a little loose. But that's kind of common with Jakks figures. Doesn't matter if they're new or used. It really doesn't matter. The joints are still going to be loose either way. But that's really like my only complaint. Anyway, so pretty good. And like I said, they're much bigger compared to Mattel figures. So here's a comparison to Daniel Bryan. Just a little comparison there. The reason why I put Daniel Bryan there is because there's been a lot of comparisons because they're finishers and their styles. Anyways, that's about it. So fantastic figure, solid 9 out of 10. Pick them up if you can get them for a good price. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to follow me on social media, like my Facebook fan page, follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Links are down below in the description. Check those out, and you can message me anytime you want, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care, guys. Bye.